Welcome to Two Right Turns, freshman orientation, where we chat with all of Clemson's 15 mid-year enrollees in the 2026 freshman recruiting class. I'd like to have our newest guest introduce himself.
Polo Anderson from Spartanburg, South Carolina. My jersey number is number 11, and I'm happy to be here.
So you mentioned Spartanburg, South Carolina, so we got a little bit of a local flavor here. Tell us a little bit about your high school playing career in the upstate.
Ninth grade year, I played edge, so I really didn't get much playing time at safety. So going into my 10th grade year, my coach moved my position to safety, and it was an amazing experience. I told him I liked it. In the summertime, we got into my 10th grade year, and I balled out at safety. And then going into 11th grade summer, my 11th grade summer, he took me on my first camp, Liberty. It was actually good. They had offered after the camp. I was very grateful, just to be, just to chase my dreams. So just getting that offer was just like, dang, like I can really make it. So my 11th grade year, balled out, got all state at safety. I was just playing like in the middle of the field. They would just let me roam the field. And then 12th grade year, doing the same thing. I got all state. South Carolina Mr. Football finalist, and I'm happy to be at Clemson, So just getting the offer here and getting the ability to come here was just so like good for me since I'm like down the street, it was just big, for the school too, because it was like, dang, you got a Clemson offer. Like nobody really gets a Clemson offer, Sharon Peake still go to our school. So he like, man, you got to take advantage of that. And I was like, yeah, I do. So I thought it was the perfect time to commit in March. Nobody knew, but what I'm saying, I was showing little signs that I was committed here and stuff. So it was like, I wanted to always come here. This was a dream school, and Sharon Peake just talking to me and, just guiding me here. And I'm just very grateful for him and Coach Sweeney giving me this opportunity.
I mean, you mentioned it coming from Dorman High School. I mean, is there a certain amount of pride you take in representing the region and representing the area and representing the upstate here at Clemson? And does it mean something to be at your local program?
Yeah, it means a lot. I didn't want to go far from home. It was either here or South Carolina. So, I chose right. So it was big. Because Sharon Peake talked to me, and he was just like, man, everybody gets developed at Clemson, And then I wanted to be just like him, just chase his legacy, And it's more dudes like Jordan McFadden went to Dorman and, other dudes that went to Clemson and went to the league from Dorman High School. So I was just like, let me just jump on that boat and let me just be the next great thing at Clemson too.
So you talked early on, like you started as an edge, moved to safety. One of the words that always comes up when people talk about your game is versatility. Mm-hmm. And Coach Sweeney said in the signing day press conference that you're a really hard guy to label or put in a box as far as what you can do. And I actually remember Coach Sweeney was doing a press conference. I think it was actually Tom Allen's press conference talking about how hard it is to find those versatile defensive backs that can really move around and change a game by virtue of their versatility. And I remember you retweeting it and saying, like, everybody's looking for this kind of guy. Like, just how critical is versatility to your game?
I mean, versatility means a lot. Like, I think of like safety, like you gotta hit people, get picks. But you really don't see safeties that like to come down in a box and go attack the, quarterback or attack the running back off the edge or coming up the middle. And I had to be versatile. I had to make myself different from every other recruit in the nation. So it was just like playing versatile was just playing big for me. If I'm getting to go off the edge or getting to drop back and cover three or just getting to like cover slots, So just bringing that versatility to Clemson just means a lot to me, knowing they don't like really get guys like that. So really, nobody in the nation really gets guys like that. So just bringing my versatility to Clemson, which is the upstate, is big to me.
So I have to ask, I think a good number of people know, but perhaps not everybody that's in our audience. Polo is not your legal first name.
Nah.
What is your first name?
My real name is Contavion.
So how did the nickname Polo come about?
Pop Warner football. I was like 6 or 7. But yeah, Pop Warner football. I think I forgot a jersey that day, and I looked at the back of my mom's car, and I seen a Polo shirt in there. And she was just like, yeah, put it on. I got to drop you off and all this and all that. She was getting on my nerves. I was like, I can't put on this shirt. And then I was like, forget it. I'm going to put on this shirt. So I put on the shirt and I went out, and then we was doing warm up. So my coach was like, "You got on that big old Polo shirt," and I was like, "Man, my mama made me put this on." He was just like, "We about to start calling you Polo." I took offense to it. I'm like, man, I'm not about to be called that. Like, you just call me my first name. He was like, Polo, the whole practice. And then I had a few classmates from Woodland Heights Elementary School. They had carried it on there, and the teacher started calling me that. I'm like, what? like y'all can't just be calling me something I don't want to be called. So I guess I just started taking pride to it. And 6th grade year, went to Dawkins Middle School, and then, that's when it really blew up. And people really start calling me that name. So I was just like, I'm just going to get called the name Polo from now on, and it just carried here.
Well, you're in good company. I was wondering as we were going through the process, all right, is he going to want to go by Contavian? Is he going to want to go by Polo? What should we do as a matter of policy? And then and I thought to myself, well, we don't call William Christopher Sweeney William Sweeney around here. So if he can go by Dabo, I figure you can go by Polo.
Yeah. Really, in the classroom, I want my teacher to call me Contavian, but on the football field, I'm another human being, so that's where that Polo comes to. I take pride in that Polo horse, because the horses, they wild, and I'm a wild kind of athlete, so, them comparisons is really big.
So Contavian's the student and Polo's the baller.
Yeah,
that's
Polo's the baller. You don't see Polo unless you're on the football field.
I got to ask you real quick. I mean, there's been a lot of turnover in the safety group. We've got some transfers that are coming in. Yeah. There's a new coach, obviously you coming in the freshman class. How have you seen this group come together so far?
Man, we've just been at it. Working, getting the install right, just coming together as a group. The transfers been really good. Jerome and Corey, it's not like we all compete. And so it's not like no favoritism or anything with the coaches or picking favorites. We all is one. So we look at each other like we just want to compete and want to get each other better so we can succeed and go to the next level.
Well, and how hungry has that made that room?
Oh, we all hungry. Even if we first, second, or third screen, it really don't matter. The next best player going to come up when it's time.
When you get some free time, what are you passionate about away from ball?
Really just sticking to myself, really, and just talking to my mom.
Yeah.
I'm big on just talking to my mom because she does a lot for me. So I just call her and just talk to her for hours and hours and hours.
Which mom's name?
Zanita.
We love good moms on the show, so we got to make sure we get a shout out by name.
Yeah, shout out to you, Mom.
Love that. And then professionally, I mean, I assume that your aspirations are to play professionally in the NFL, but perhaps past an NFL career, do you have professional aspirations in the business world or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm in school for business right now. I want to do finance. So my uncle do finance, and I really just take a role model to him. And he thought it would be good for me, so I was just like, yeah, and I like numbers. So I think finance will just take me ways in life.
That's awesome. Well, of all the numbers we're going to see, we're looking forward to seeing number 11 out there.
Yeah, I'm ready to see it too, Even if I'm on special teams, you're going to get the best out of me. That's all.
Hopefully everyone's following you, but if they're not, where can they find you on social media?
They can find me at Polo8seasons_.
Excellent. Polo, welcome aboard, man. Appreciate you making time.
Thank you.